Prepare to be annoyed because we have toxic people. Mother-in-law insists to be in the delivery room.
You're gonna want me there as well, aren't you? With me being Nana and that.
Not really, I'm having my mum and Dane. There's only 2 people that are allowed in the delivery room, so.
Well, I just thought that you'd want me there as well, just...
No.
You can only have 2, you can only have 2, Mum. You can only have 2 in there.
I'd love to have my mum and my husband with me.
Why would you not want me there?
It's not that I don't want you there, it's that I would rather have my mum, my own mother, with me and my husband rather than you. You'll see the baby when we get out, so don't
oh no, but you'll bloody want me when for babysitting duties though, wouldn't you? No, you want me for babysitting duties though, wouldn't you? But I can't be there seeing my first grandchild being born. You know how excited I've been for this.
No one made any decisions. This was as clear as anything to me that when I give birth, my mum is going to be with me in the delivery room.
You've absolutely banged
You've got to respect her, Mum.
You would want me there. You're squeamish. You want your mum there. You're squeamish. What if something happens, like fate or something, Jane?
It's me who's giving birth, not your son.
Well,
and do you know what? I'm sorry,
but if it wasn't for my son, you wouldn't be giving birth up there.
Guys.
So what does she propose you do? Get rid of your own mother in the delivery room and have her instead? Yeah, no. Your son's not the one giving birth. Sorry, I am, and I'm picking my mama. Yeah, I want my own mom there. Even if they allowed more than 2 people, not sure if I'd want her in there anyway after this reaction. Man tells me to dress more feminine. Oh, I just know this is gonna piss off a lot of people. I'm already pissed off, so lay it on me.
My advice, love, I'm gonna wear something a bit more feminine than that. Not do yourself any favours there, love.
Sorry, I didn't ask for your advice.
Well, like I say, something a bit more pleasing on the eye might do you some good.
Ew.
That is so inappropriate to say to someone.
There's no need to overreact, just say it. Last living them clothes, all grey and big baggy.
Maybe I'm not trying to be pleasing to your eyes. Ever think of that?
Pants, you could wear something a bit more pleasing on the eye.
I didn't ask for your advice, so...
Just a bit of friendly advice.
I mean, why would you think that's appropriate to say to me? I don't know you. You don't know me. Why would you think...
I'm observant, so I thought I'd, give you a bit of advice.
You know, women don't feel safe walking alone is because of assholes like you. It really is because of assholes like you.
No need to take offence.
I would recommend never speaking to a woman again if that's how you talk to them.
Calm down, anyways.
Yeah, whatever, kid.
Nice day, yeah?
You. This is why women feel unsafe walking alone, or they don't want to walk near men even because of things like this. Like, I can't believe there are actually kids out there who think they have the right to talk to a woman like that, or talk to anyone like that for that matter.
Well, he pretty much described what she's wearing as unattractive, and I'm wearing exactly what he described. I could not be in anything baggier. And gray to top it all off. Take male, female, everything out of it. Why do you feel the need to go up to anybody and comment about what they're wearing and what might be more attractive and this and that? I can't imagine. I honestly can't imagine someone walking down the street and I'm going up to them telling them how to dress. How about you just worry about yourself? My husband won't help me look after our child.
So just stick to your job, change the nappies. It's not my job. It's your job to change nappies. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
Seriously, it's my job.
Honestly.
Are you having a f***ing joke?
Deadly
it's my
serious.
job.
Deadly serious.
Oh my, pause. I'm not even a mother. I'm not even a mother. But if your husband comes home and says this to you, what are you doing?
It's your job. I'm going outside, bringing all the money in, so the household can operate. Coming on to this.
How cheeky is that?
Don't need it.
I've literally just given birth to our baby 4 weeks ago.
Important thing what you said then. You can't bring the money in. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. Everything outside, you can't do anything about it. So let's stick to our roles. A woman's role is to look after everything inside.
That is so sexist, seriously.
So just stick to your job. change the nappies, and let me watch football.
No, I don't want to stick to that. You're not watching football. I'm not going to let you until you change that nappy and let me have a decent night's sleep.
For me. It's a nightmare.
And it's a torture for me. What about me?
I didn't sign up to this.
I didn't sign up to
Honestly,
this.
if I knew you were going to be like this, I wouldn't have married you in the first place.
Okay, I fear the outcome of this marriage. I'm concerned for you guys. I'm not sure if it's gonna make it through, to be honest, or if it should, because y'all are on very different pages in terms of your lifestyle, the roles you take, the teamwork, the baby. I'm honestly stunned. However, there might be people out there that agree with this. There might be. So share your thoughts in the comments, especially parents. Maybe you guys do have this agreement that those are the roles you take on and that works for you and your lifestyle, while others might have the reaction I seem to be having. Because that's crazy. I just thought we're a team. That's all I keep thinking is, well, we're a team no matter what. It's like we're a team and we brought this child into this world together. We're teammates, man. Before we get into the next one, I need a sip of water. All this is stressing me out. Let me know what's in your cup, but I will encourage some water. Cheers. My cup is no longer colorful and fun because it's not as cold. I only like cold water, so that's all right. Boyfriend breaks up with me over my hair.
I've gone from having my hair blonde, and I'm going to show my lovely boyfriend what my hair's going to look like. You're going to close your eyes, I've got a surprise for you. Don't look, what do you think? I thought I'd dye my hair.
What the hell have you done? I don't like brunettes, why have you done that?
I just spent 4 hours in the hairdressers, I thought that
Why?
you...
No, I don't like it at all.
I can't change it now.
No, I don't like it. You're gonna have to go and change it or...
But...
You're always doing things, yeah, without even chatting to me about it. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Can't say that.
No, I'm being
There's nothing
serious.
I can do about it now.
Excuse me? You think I have to get your permission to change the color of my hair? That's laughable.
Don't dye your hair again like that.
I can't dye it again now.
No, I'm done. I don't like brunettes. I've always told you, yeah. My ex was brunette, yeah. She was a psycho and you remind me of her.
Yeah, but I'm not your ex. I'm not your ex.
but
I'm
that's
your
all
new
I'm saying.
girlfriend.
That's
What
all
do you
I'm saying
mean?
now.
I just spent £140 on my hair.
140 quid?
Yeah.
I could have gone to Poundland and got you a bottle for 3 quid.
Look, I can change my makeup. Look, I thought you just absolutely love it, so I thought I'll get it done. It'll be a nice surprise
Put
for
this
Christmas.
over your head, come on. Put that over your head. There you go, that'll do it.
Girl, I can change my makeup. You don't have to change anything about yourself. It's actually your body and you can do whatever you want. What you can change is the status of your relationship.
So, how long y'all knew each other?
About a minute.
You know, like a month or so.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's new.
Yeah.
Oh, how did y'all meet, if you don't mind me asking?
Wait a second. Did she just catch her man cheating and she's sitting down with them? Stop.
You know,
To a friend.
To a friend?
He delivers to my job.
Oh.
Yeah.
So y'all met while you was at work?
Yeah. My homeboy had a little job for him and then, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh. So are you guys dating? Are you guys a couple?
I wouldn't say that. It's a little early.
So, but you guys are talking?
Yeah.
Jamal, you guys are talking?
I mean, we talking right now.
No. Not conversing. You guys are dating? You guys are trying to lead to a relationship?
I
Do my vocabulary now. These are all...
Did he tell you he was single?
Yeah.
Oh, you're single, Jamal.
Oh, I don't know who she is, but she is a queen. I wish I had that strength to just sit there and get all these answers out of the girl too. Like, just so nice and calm and be like, oh, you guys, how did you meet? How long has this been going on? That's so great. Like, she's just literally pretending like she's her best friend. Jamal. Oh, I wish this video was longer. Damn. Oscar-winning performance right there. I wouldn't have it in me. I would choose anger. All right, we got my mother is a gaslighter and a manipulator.
My mom is a gaslighter and manipulator, and I'm considering cutting her out of my life for good. So I constantly struggle with my mom because sometimes I feel like I love her and I feel like she loves me in certain ways, and then other times I feel like I hate her. So let me explain. We just got into an argument. My voice is honestly kind of raspy because I was yelling at her. I have told this woman many times to please respect my boundaries and stop telling people things that I confide in her with. She constantly tells everybody around her my private life, whether it's her neighbors, my siblings, her coworkers, her friend. There is not a single thing that I can tell this woman that she doesn't share with the world. And that really bothers me because, one, you are my mother, and I would hope that you respect me and my boundaries enough to not go and tell everybody about my life. And two, I care about what people think about me, and she's a huge reason as to why. So we just started arguing because she once again disrespected my boundaries after I've told her more times than I can count on my hands to please stop telling people about my private life that I'm sharing with her in confidence. And she did it again right in front of my face. And this woman decides to gaslight me. I'm talking about like a 55-year-old woman who decides to gaslight me and really sat there saying, why do you always have to have problems? Why are you the way you are? Why do you always have to come up with an argument? I have to come up with an argument because you never respect my boundaries. So yeah, it's going to turn into an argument. And I also had to remind her, you're the reason why I'm like this. Why I've been so traumatized as a child and now as an adult.
And that really sucks because then you're like, well, I'm just going to stop telling you things because I can't trust that you're going to keep them to yourself. But there's probably another part of you that's like, why can't I just tell my mom things and she keeps it to herself? Like, I want to be able to talk to her, but I can't.
So I had to remind her about a story of my childhood. So I was in the bathroom. I was maybe like 7 years old, and there was hair that started growing on my toes. And I don't know what this woman had against me during that time, but she went into the bathroom. She looked at my feet. I can't remember why. And then she pulled me out of the bathroom to the living room where my entire family was sitting and laughed to everybody that I have hair growing on my toes. Like straight up, like, oh my God, look, she has hair growing on her toes. Ha 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 ha.
That's
and
so
as a
mean.
7-year-old girl, that traumatized me. Like, my own mother is sitting there making fun of me. And it might not seem like a big deal, but that made my life take a huge turn. And I started caring about what people thought of me. I started caring about my looks. There was a point in my life where I didn't care about my looks because I didn't want people to notice me. So I became this like really shy girl, just hoping to stay in the shadows. I didn't want to be the center of attention, and I still, in a lot of ways, don't. I became really insecure. I started hating myself, and my life was not easy growing up.
And when you're young, you're so insecure about those little things already. I remember my first time in elementary school when I started realizing like, oh my gosh, my leg hair. Because, you know, boys would make fun of stuff like that all the time. It was so annoying. And I remember like when that first came in my mind and I like begged my mom like for shaving cream and razors because I wanted to start shaving my legs because I grew this insecurity about it. All those little things when you're a kid just feel so heavy at the time and you're so insecure about the dumbest things.
And mostly due to her and my dad. Anyways, after I reminded her of this story, you know what she told me? She told me that I love to invent things. She called me a liar. Her own daughter, she called me a liar. And then she proceeded to say, I can call my children right now and ask them if I ever did something like that, and I promise you they won't tell me. And then I had to be like, I am your daughter. I am your I am part of your children. How can I sit here lying about something that happened to me in my life that I remember so vividly because this woman literally traumatized me from that? Why would I lie about that? Why would I invent a story? Why would I come up with that? Not only that, after I called her a gaslighter, and then she goes, isn't that what your ex called you? Like, mother, are you serious? You are a grown woman and you're talking to your daughter like that. And I told her, if you want to take shots at me, I can take shots at you back. So don't start with me. Me and her are now 2 grown women, and she's double my age. And you would expect somebody at her age to be a little bit more respectful or to be a little bit more empathetic towards their own daughter instead of sitting there and calling them a liar. So I call you out for something that you did. You call me a liar, and then you go and tell me something about my ex that I also confided to you in that was also a really big deal to me that made me very sad. She's straight up taking shots at me. And you can't just sit there and apologize, or you can't just sit there and acknowledge what you did. She's not gonna change. I've already had multiple conversations with her, and I realize that she's not gonna change.
At that point, I feel like you have to decide what you what type of relationship you want to have at that point and set more boundaries for yourself. The sad part is I think a lot of people are going to relate to this. A lot of people, whether it's mom, like with their parents in general. I think it's going to be very relatable for a lot of people.
These are all the things my best friend of 13 years did to me that made me cut her the off. Oh. Also, this is your sign to stop keeping people in your life just because you've known them a long time and you go way back. Because going way back means nothing if they treat you like f***ing garbage. So number one, if I liked or showed interest or even got the slightest bit of joy out of something in this world, she had to f***ing hate it. And I don't mean just hate it. She had to despise it. She loved to just go on and on about how terrible she thought the things I liked were every single time that we hung out. It was so fucking weird. It wasn't like dislike, like it was passionate hate. And I swear she would like half these things until I liked it and then she had to hate it. Another thing she would do is intentionally like reach and go out of her way to make me feel unimportant, not good enough, like etc., ugly, whatever the case scenario was, not interesting enough. Like she would just gas the living out of everyone around us, like all of our other friends, but make sure she never gave a single compliment to me. But when I say gas up everyone else, I mean like worship the out of every single girl in the friend group except for me. I was like, girl, what did I ever do to you? And since she had that cute little era where she hated everything I liked, the only thing I ever really got from her was criticism, whether it was like about how ugly my outfit was or how stupid my style was or whatever the like she literally wanted me to know how unimportant she thought I was. Like, it was her f***ing mission.
Was this a friend or is this an enemy?
The second one?
And that's like a dumbass little thing girls will do if they're like jealous of you or they give you like I want to be you vibes, is they will purposefully just gas up every single person except for you, especially if they think you're like the prettiest person in the friend group or whatever. Not saying I fucking was, but definitely she thought I was because she made it her goddamn mission to make me feel unimportant. But as for the one thing we did have in common, we both always wanted to be YouTubers since we were super, super little. That solidified for me. And it eventually became my full-time job. And like immediately after my channel blew up, she tried to start her own channel, posted like 2 videos and then gave up. But ever since that, she's been breaking her goddamn back trying to get me to quit. This girl would call me up randomly and be like, I don't think you should continue social media. Like, internet hate can get really bad. Like, out of nowhere. As if I've never, like, gotten internet hate. Like, as if I don't know what it is. Or if I have, like, a really good month with views or something, she'll be like, oh, social media is so oversaturated. Like, I really think you should, like, quit or, like, find something else.
So sounds like she's genuinely not happy for your success, or maybe jealous since she always wanted to, you know, have that and she doesn't.
And that quote they say, that's like the only people that will talk you out of going after your dreams are the people that already gave up on theirs, is f***ing accurate. Also, genuine question, like, are you f***ing dumb? Like, you think I'm gonna, like, get off the phone with you and be like, she's right, I might get hate, I have to quit? Like, what the actual f***? I hate when dumbass people call me telling me dumbass shit. Not to mention, when I was going through one of the most toxic relationships of my entire life, like fully being like traumatized, she stopped being friends with me because I wouldn't break up with him. As if it's like that f***ing easy. And I don't know, I don't care if y'all come for me for this shit. The way I look at it is, I will be there for my friends no matter if I f***ing agree with it or if I don't. I'm not afraid to tell them if they're wrong, but even if I think they made a stupid decision, I will never f***ing abandon them. After I finally dumped him, obviously she came crawling back into my life. And guess what the situation was? She was in her own little toxic relationship. And I was there for her like a f***ing dumbass. Where was she when I was going through mine again? Oh yeah, she f***ing left me. Can't even say anything though, because that's my own dumbass fault.
Raise your hand if you've ever had a friendship like this. I feel like everyone has, especially in high school, early 20s. You just pick up on energy. As you get older, I find it's more obvious than when you're younger. Where you pick up on those little things where you're like, the energy and the intention here is not positive.
I one time had an ex-friend post on her private story saying that she hated me more than anyone or anything and then got mad at me when I found out. Let's talk about it.
Whoa.
Okay, so I used to be friends with this girl, and for the sake of the story, we're going to call her Genevieve. And for like the first few years of our friendship, Genevieve, we were really good. I really liked her. She was really cool, funny, and I really liked to hang out with her and talk to her. But after a while, her negative attitude and just like general negativity just kind of like became unbearable and not tolerable. We could not have a conversation unless we were bashing someone, talking about somebody, and that's just not my vibe. Like, I'm sunshines and rainbows. So it was maybe like,
I'm sunshines and rainbow. I'm storm clouds.
a few months into the school year, and her and another girl would always come sit in my car in the morning, and we would just kind of have like a little discussion before school started. So Genevieve would stop coming to my car in the morning, and I never said anything about it because I really don't care. Like, I see you at school anyways. It doesn't hurt me or not if you come to my car or anything. Like, I know what you look like, you know? But I think she was trying to send a message that like she didn't want to be my friend anymore, and I knew that. And I don't rely on messages. I'm not the subliminal. So either you come to me direct or don't come to me at all. So then there's this one Friday, and she is just being so rude to me. Like, she's just being a complete... And I get her from school, and one of my other friends calls me, and we are going to call her Katie. And Katie tells me that, did you see Genevieve's private story? So I go to check. I was removed from Genevieve's private story, which happened way too often. I go to check, and I am not on this girl's private story, so I knew something was up. Apparently, she posted on her private story, if your name starts with an R and ends with a D, I hate you more than anyone or anything. And, yeah, I know she didn't call my name out explicitly, just like I'm not calling her name out explicitly on here. Who else's name starts with an R and ends with a D that you hate more than anyone or anything? BFFR. I am never someone to take my beef to social media and, like, be actively fighting with someone on social media. Like, that is so childish. Like, you may have been able to get that out of me maybe, like, freshman year, but, like, I don't play like that anymore. And I know it's kind of counterintuitive because I'm talking about it on here, but I'm not using her real name, and this is a life experience, so y'all need to know. So I confront this. I was like, hate is a strong word. Like, I have never given you a reason to hate me. I've always been kind to you. And this girl proceeds to tell me that I am the worst person she has ever met in her entire life. I'm so mean. She hates me more than anyone or anything. And I was not giving this girl what she wanted from me. I was being super nice to her. I was like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, why didn't you talk to me about this? And she just, this girl, it was so much projection. She was projecting on how she felt onto me. It became so much, like, I just could not take arguing with this girl, even though it was literally one-sided. I literally, the way I had to get her to just stop was I had to text her. I had to say, just shut up. She blocked me, but then proceeds to. So then the next Monday at school, I wasn't at school because I was getting my braces off. And this, she used this to her advantage. She goes and she tells like all these people in all my classes that I started all this beef with her and I was posting all over my main story about her. Babe, the projection? I never took anything to Snapchat.
I cannot imagine dealing with this drama and Snapchat. Thank God we didn't have Snapchat when I was in high school.
I handled this very maturely, actually. I was very proud of myself for that. But then she goes around to all these, like, people that I talk to and tries to convince them to stop being friends with me. Like, she would be like, I dropped Reed. I think you should drop Reed, too. You need to drop Reed. She was going around telling people, I'm like, is this pre-K? Is this pre-K?
High school drama must be amplified with the amount of social media these days. Like, when I think back to my high school experience, we didn't have anything. We got Facebook, I think, at the end of my high school experience, and not everyone used it. Social media wasn't a thing. Can you imagine having Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that now? Can you imagine having that when you were in high school? I can't. I would have lost it.
Story time of what it was like being friends with a pathological liar. So ignore that sound in the back. My roommate's just taking a shower. Anyway, so there's this girl in my school that was like infamous for going through several friend groups. Like literally she would not have a friend for more than like 2 months. And we like kind of knew each other, like not really that well. I saw her and she's like, hey, I'm like, hey, like not really friends. And then how we started talking was basically her ex, rumors were going around that he was interested in me. And then I just see her one day while I'm going to the washroom and she's like, oh, I heard my ex like is into you. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, he was like so toxic. He like assaulted me. but like go for it if you want to. And then this whole friendship that I didn't ask for started. Like, she'd literally insert herself into literally everything I did. Like, I had a spare, which was pretty much class was going on, but I didn't have a class, and she would literally skip class to talk to me. And I was a huge people pleaser back in high school. Like, I didn't really say no to anyone if they wanted to hang out. Like, she would literally come to my work and just sit there and like talk to me. And, you know, so I thought, I'm like, you know what, she's actually a pretty good person. She seems really sweet. She's really trying to put an effort to get to know me. I did notice some fake tendencies. Like, she talked about a girl, and then as soon as that girl like came in front of us, she'd be like, oh my god, hey. Like, low-key, everyone did that in high school. Like, it was
one of my biggest pet peeves. Still deal with it in my 30s, by the way. When people talk and then that person comes up to them in their face and they're like, oh my god, my bestie. And it's like, oh no, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy you have behind their back to their face.
It's just weird to be catty because you're gonna see this person every day, right? So then it just so happens that my ex is back from university and we kind of start talking to each other again, and the old feelings kind of come back up again. Meanwhile, she is talking to his best friend. Then there was my first high school party that I convinced my parents to go to, and basically my ex was there, she was there, and his friend was there. So all four of us were kind of hanging out together, but for the most part it was just like me and my ex alone together. Let's actually call my friend Maddie. So me and Maddie were supposed to sleep over at the Airbnb that night. We were asking the guys if they wanted to sleep over as well, and my ex's friend didn't want to, and Maddie was really sad about it. My ex, however, did want to stay the night. Then Maddie's like, oh, why don't you stay with me? Like, stay in my room. I was just like, oh, stop blocking me. But I ended up sleeping in her room because I felt bad, and I'm like, that's not what a good friend does. So the morning of, we get kicked out because the girl hosting this party was a brown girl and her parents were pissed. So me, Maddie, and my ex, we go to McDonald's, we eat, and then I have work that morning, so I have to leave. So they actually ended up going home together, like just on the same bus. And that's when this whole friendship blossomed between the two of them. They would like smoke together every night, drink together till like 3 a.m. and I'm like, what are you guys doing? I definitely knew that my ex was really into her because he's absolutely ugly. Like, Maddie was saying how he looked like a literal horse. Like, she would literally make fun of this guy. And she's like a very good looking girl, like, I will admit. So mind you, I would still be going on double dates with me, my ex, Maddie, and my ex's best friend. And I would just see them interact together and just...
So wait a second. She ended up liking your ex, but in the beginning, there were rumors that her ex liked you. So maybe... could that have been planned? She was like, oh, I'm gonna get on the ends with your ex because my ex apparently liked you. It's honestly too much. It's too much to follow.
Things my friend told me and I still stayed. I don't think anyone is prepared for what I'm about to say. She told me I wasn't allowed to say that I was Mexican because I grew up in Washington, not California. Got mad at me when I didn't change in front of her. Asked me in front of a group of people why my boyfriend had so much money. Made fun of a video I made and posted it to her Snapchat story tagging me, and yes, she started off the video mocking me. I told her what makes me anxious, and then she proceeded to trigger my anxiety and then call me insecure and jealous. Would text me my own TikToks, make a comment about them or ask a question about it, but she wouldn't like the video or anything. Would show up to my door unannounced and bang on it until I let her in. Kicker is that my building has security. Got jealous if I made a friend that she didn't know about. Had an extreme obsession with wanting to meet my family. Anytime they were in town, she would want to come to dinner with us. Got genuinely upset one time because she found out my dad wasn't in my apartment and she thought he would be there, so she got upset when he wasn't. And that's not even everything.
Well, kudos to you for admitting all of this because you stayed. But you know what? We've all been there. We've all stayed in relationships longer than we needed to, or that we probably should have, right? We all have to learn our lesson in life sometimes. However, people treat you how you let them treat you. She could have been out of your life a long time ago and that list could have stopped after 2. His ex-girlfriend did this. Oh, slash the tires. Oh my god, look at the car. Look at the car. Oh. It's scratched so much it looks like that's literally just drawn on with a marker. Like when a toddler scribbles all over a page and then pretends that it's an actual piece of artwork. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Bro, what'd you do? Not that you should go and do this, even if they deserve it. You're gonna have to pay for that. But what'd you do? Let me know if you've ever had to deal with toxic people like this. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.